on the fifth Vajra point, enlightenment. This book on page 182, maybe online, 183. Anyway, on the fifth Vajra point, the enlightenment is today's subject. Well, today's subject is about enlightenment, so all the wonderful things we're going to talk about. Last week, we talked about the element or the Buddha nature itself, in which we talk about the Buddha nature covered by all kinds of defilements. Those defilements are given all kinds of examples, mainly 9 different examples, how our defilements cover up our inherent Buddha nature. And then today's subject is no other than Buddha nature, but today's subject is about not the cover of Buddha nature, but that Buddha nature which is already blossom, which is already free of all adventitious defilements. So, walking on the path of liberations, once all defilements are purified, and this very Buddha nature that we have right now will shine forth without any obscurations. And that is enlightenment. That enlightenment we also talked about when we talk about the Buddha jewel at the beginning. But today, we will go through different explanations, categories. And this is very exciting. Because this very thing is what we are trying to attain. Because such things can happen, we can attain, realize, therefore we practice Buddha Dharma. So the very end goal, end result is what we're going to talk about today. And I think it's very interesting. And I hope everybody is looking very forward to basically discover, what we are working for, what we are trying to achieve, the very thing. Okay. So here, the first stanza gives an overview of the enlightenment. With its purity, attainment, freedom, see, benefit for oneself and others, this all describing the ultimate goal, ultimate result that we are trying to achieve. Their basis, depth, vastness, and greatness of nature, duration, and suchness. All these qualities. Okay, with that brief, now next stanza. Here is where we need to pay some attention. Lord Maitreya is going to describe enlightenment in 8 different categories. 8 different categories. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. Okay. 8 different categories is going to describe the enlightenment. These are, first topic, essence. Second, cause. Third, fruit. I'm reading here. Fourth, functions. Fifth, endowment. Sixth, manifestation. 7, permanence. And 8, inconceivability. So these 9 different topics, we're going to find out what enlightenment is. Now, before we begin these 9 topics, I must say that even though enlightenment is described in different these 8 different topics, but each topic is sufficient actually to describe the enlightenment. If you are too tired or have not much time, you can just know one topic that describes pretty much everything. But of course, knowing the whole topics, the 8 topics would be great. That way, we will have a complete understanding of what enlightenment is. Okay. Next is stanza. Detailed explanation of essence and cause. Here are first 2 topics, the essence and cause, explain almost together. So anyway, I'll just go through a little bit differently. Yeah, I'll describe differently. Okay. Now first, what is the essence? Essence, last time I described using the Tibetan word Sangje. These 2 syllables describe the whole thing. Enlightenment is included in these 2 syllables. Sang, which means completely purified, the defilements that we talk about with all different examples. It's all defilements are completely purified. You know, this is Sang. J, which means the inherent qualities. This within us right now, as I speak here, as you listen. This inherent enlightened quality is now fully revealed. That is J, Sang J. In another word, in different ways, we talk about twofold purities. Twofold purities, okay? Twofold purities. The purity that is already there are now not obscure, but all revealed. Inherent purity. That is inherent purity. That's not kind of covered up, now fully revealed. That's one kind of purity. Purity that is already has is now purified. This adventitious defilement that is covering up, it's already purified. That's already gone. That which is already there, already manifest. Even though twofold purity, there's not such true things, but different aspect, you know. The obscurations that do not belong here as a nature, temporarily arising adventitious defilements already purified. And that which is already there now already manifests. Twofold purities. These two are called twofold purities. So this twofold purity, in another word, Sang J, Sang purified, J already revealed, is the essence of enlightenment. Okay. Here. So, okay, now that is twofold purity. In another word, how we say, having all the qualities of that's already inherently present, having all these qualities, and not having, well, all these adventitious defilements. Having and not having, let's say. Does it make sense? Having all the qualities that's inherently there, having. That's one purity. Not having all the defilements purified, not having. Having and not having, let's say. These are twofold purities. So that is the essence of the Buddha enlightenment that is described here. So, if one give an example, having all the qualities would be like a sun that's brilliantly shining forth. Here Lord Maitreya gives the example. And not having any adventitious defilements like the sky or space, okay? Two examples. The sun having all the qualities like the sun, not having any of these adventitious defilements that we have, all purified, like the space, empty, is true. And then, and how about then, how do you describe the adventitious defilements? That adventitious defilements like a cloud. So, yeah, very good examples. Purity, twofold purity, like the sun with quality, the purity, not having the adventitious defilements, like the space, and those adventitious defilements, like a cloud. Okay. So, what is essence of enlightenment? These twofold purities. When there are twofold purities, having all the qualities, not having all the defilements, then that is enlightenment. To put it simple, that's pretty much. Okay. We're on page 185. Course by which one becomes free from these veils. Okay. Now let us think about the cause. Second topic. Cause. Cause has to do with the basically the path that which result in this enlightenment. When we think about cause, we talk about two primordial wisdoms. Okay, here translated as correctly, understanding or completely understanding. But anyway, these two wisdoms, twofold wisdoms, are the cause. When we talk about enlightenment, what enlightenment is, how we attain enlightenment, because there are two causes. The two causes are two primordial wisdoms. Two primordial wisdoms, no understanding correctly, basically is that with wisdom, realizing the nature of phenomena, realizing nature of phenomena. That's called Citta Vichemba in Tibetan. Okay? Citta Vichemba, realizing the nature of phenomena. And then realizing all phenomena in great diversity and multiplicity. If we give an example, we usually say, for instance, when you look at peacock's feather, so many different colors, designs on peacock's feather. Each colors, each design, features came from result of different causes and conditions. Understanding or realizing each different causes and conditions of that peacock's feather, its color and its drawing features. This is the, here translated as knowing completely, basically the wisdom that which knows in great diversity. Does that make sense? Jinhe Vichemba. Citta Vichemba is the wisdom that knows the nature of phenomena. That is realization of emptiness of all phenomena. When the Bodhisattva look at the peacock's feather, not only does he, or let's say Buddha here, when he look at the peacock's feather, not he only realize each and every cause and conditions of peacock's feathers, drawing and color, but also knowing that peacock's feather itself is in reality empty. So then, wisdoms, primordial wisdom. Does it make sense? Two different wisdoms. The course of enlightenment, of course, many, many different courses. Each mantra one recite right now, if one recite with bodhicitta, this will cause enlightenment, they were describing here. Infinite courses. But main course of this enlightenment is from these two wisdoms. Two wisdoms, wisdom that knows natural phenomena, empty natural phenomena, wisdom that knows multiplicity of phenomena. These two cause to attain enlightenment. Now the question is, how then, we describe these two wisdom on the path? That's very important to think. This wisdom that knows the natural phenomena, citta vichemba, is actually the wisdom while one meditative equipoise. That is, when one sit and meditate, abide in the nature of mind, let's say, if one can. When one abide in the nature of mind, here one is free of these discursive thoughts. One is directly aligned with one's true nature, that is, empty and awareness and luminous. That meditative equipoise in meditations, that is the cause or similar to the wisdom that knows nature of phenomena, citta vichemba. Make sense? Jinhe vichemba, how one actually attain that jinhe vichemba, wisdom that knows phenomena in great diversity. That is, we talk about in post-meditation phase. In post-meditation phase, when you walk around, drink a cup of coffee, drive, one do not lose the sight of that wisdom that one had, that one experienced in meditative equipoise, the wisdom that knows natural phenomena. One do not lose the sight of it. One knows that all phenomena are in reality empty, as it is. At the same time, when one sip the coffee, drive around, see the people, one look at them as they are like a dream, like a mirage. All these things we talk about, 8 different kinds of examples of how on a relative level one view everything is interdependently arising, not really existing out there. Understanding of emptiness is carried throughout our daily lives. So carrying out that understanding is actually the cause of the wisdom that knows multiplicity of phenomena. Now, does that make some kind of sense? Mm-hmm. So, these two wisdoms, wisdom that knows natural phenomena, that knows phenomena in great diversity, these two wisdoms are the main cause for enlightenment, to attain enlightenment. In order to attain enlightenment, what we got to do? we go to just get rid of our obscurations, emotional obscurations, and cognitive obscurations. Don't forget that accumulation of merit, purification practice, mantra recitation are very powerful cause this wisdom to arise. But again, in meditation, meditative equipoise, in meditation, this wisdom, knowing natural phenomena, is arise. In post-meditation, one tries to abide in that essence and deal with all phenomena on a relative level, viewing everything as empty in essence, and all these dream-like phenomena, viewing. These are actually the main cause of enlightenment. So, in order to understand enlightenment, one must know the very cause for enlightenment. When one have a vague understanding of the very cause of enlightenment, then one may come to understanding of what enlightenment actually might feel like or look like, maybe, you know. So therefore, here Lord Maitreya talks very briefly about this, but one topic is cause. The cause is the true wisdom. Okay. Okay. We are already now on third result topic. We're going to talk about result. In terms of result, on page 186. Okay. As a result aspect, again, Sang Je, the two purities, you know, it continues. Sang, that which means purified, free from all defilements. That is actually the result here, which is going to emphasize here. How free. When somebody asks you, what is enlightenment actually? Enlightenment in this regard, obviously, enlightenment is when all the adventitious defilement which cover our Buddha nature, when it's all fall apart, our true nature is shine forth, that is enlightenment. Done. Explanation. So here, emphasize that. Now, here, when Lord Maitreya emphasized, he mainly talked about the enlightenment as free from two defilements. Okay, two defilements now. Dipani, we call Dipani. There are, of course, many obscurations, you know, defilements, but mainly kind of categorized into two defilements. Defilements, first is emotional defilements. That's most a grosser level of defilement, that which really obscure our Buddha nature, which really drives sentient beings crazy, emotional defilements. Oh my gosh, imagine if somebody is really upset. Defiles us, afflicts us. Therefore, we call defilements or afflictive emotions. It obscures us. That's why obscurations, really, the grosser level of defilements. And then cognitive defilements. Cognitive defilement has nothing to do with. You can be very happy, holding a cup of beer, you know, listening to music. You can have actually a wonderful time, can be having a wonderful time, having a wonderful conversation. But still you have a cognitive defilement. That cognitive defilement is that then not knowing the natural phenomena, not knowing the natural phenomena in great diversity, not having these true wisdoms that we talk about. So that is cognitive defilements, cognitive defilements. So ultimately speaking, as long as these two defilements, emotional defilements and cognitive defilements, our Buddha nature will remain like the examples we talk about. So in order to completely reveal this Buddha nature, become fully awakened, what we have to do is these defilements must be purified. So these two defilements. Here, as in terms of result, Lord Maitreya is talking about, free from two defilements. That is enlightenment. That's it. No need much explanation. When these two defilements are not present, then there is no karma. Obviously, nobody can shake your comfort zone. There's no offset, no nothing. You're completely free from everything. Amazing. That's the enlightenment, actually. Okay. Again, here, Lord Maitreya first briefly explained and later, in a little bit in detailed explanations. Okay. The fruit of the liberation from the veil of the mental poisons. That's first kind of defilements. Okay, emotional defilements that I was talking about. Emotional defilements here, Lord Maitreya talks about first three poisons defilements. What is enlightenment? This free of these three poisons. First, attachment. Second, hatred. Third, ignorance. How is it described? Enlightenment is like a lake. Now here, enlightened aspect, free from desire, like a lake filled with unpolluted water, gradually overspread by lotus flowers. That is free from desire. Like a, unpolluted lake. Like a full moon released from Rahu's mouth. That is what? That is purity or free from hatred. Free from hatred. Okay? Sun liberated from the sea of cloud, shine forth. No more clouded. No more obscured by cloud. What's that? That has to do with our ignorance. Free from these emotional defilement or mental poisons. Enlightenment. Okay. So that's done. Now we already, let's say, we the emotional defilements, free from emotional defilements. When you talk, Lord Maitreya only talks about three poisons, because within three poisons, all emotions are included. Where there's no three poisons present, by the way, three poisons, again, make sure, desire, hatred, and ignorance. All included in this. These are represented in the wheel of life, Pig for ignorance, snake for hatred, and bird for attachment or desire. In the half of the wheel, which all the rest of the samsara surround circles. Okay. Now, and what is enlightenment? Enlightenment is free from emotional defilements. And then second aspect, what is enlightenment? Enlightenment is free from liberation, from veil of hindrance to knowledge. We call Shijidipa, cognitive obscurations. Shijidipa. What is Shijidipa? Cognitive obscuration. That's obscurations or hindrance to knowledge. Because you have this cognitive, all these other things, so that you do not attain the real wisdom, real understanding. Okay. Now, very exciting. You remember last time we talked about all kinds of examples, 9 different examples. We talk about the Buddha covered up by decaying lotus, the honey which is surrounded by bees, the gold in the filthy place. So now, when we talk about result, enlightenment, now we are talking about opposite of those. Now the Buddha that's enclosed by the decaying lotus is now already manifest. No more decaying lotus is covering up. That is enlightenment. Honey that's surrounded by bees is no more. Honey is open up. Grain that is in the husk is now already unhusked. Precious gold that's in a filthy place is now already manifest. Treasure that's under earth is now already on earth, so to speak. The mighty tree that is in the seat is already grown out beautifully, like the redwood trees. They're high, up, really up there, already grown with beautiful branches and fruits. Wonderful place to hang around. The Sugata statue in a rugged, remember, is already now uncovered. Precious ruler that was under the womb of a woman, now already born. Golden image is already, already uncovered from the clay. So think about that. Last time we talked about how our Buddha nature cover up. This time, when we talk about enlightenment, let us think about all the 9 examples now. Instead of covering up, now fully revealed, fully manifest, with its beauty, with its freedom, with its spaciousness, with its openness, all, on earth, all manifest. And that is enlightenment. Enlightenment. Okay. So next, fruit attained through the meditative equipoise and post-meditative phase. And all this basically explains detail fruit of purifying from the 3 poisons that I already described. Meaning of the 9 examples, let's talk about, like the Sugata, honey, grain, wealth, gold, treasure, trees, jewel, precious image, king, golden, all these things as I described. Now to 9 examples. Okay, very easy. See, result we talk about in terms of freedom now, right? That's very much. Here, again, let me say, freedom from 2 obscurations, emotional obscuration and cognitive obscuration, and that is enlightenment. That alone is the answer if you ask what is enlightenment. This alone is sufficient. Okay. Now, fourth topic already. We're going really fast, you know, we're going really fast. See here, page 190. Because we are very smart, we don't need much explanation, just little bit explanation will be sufficient. Actually, we talk about why we give name for each text, each name of each text, you know, for example, Uttaratantra Shastra. If you're really smart, by hearing the name Uttaratantra Shastra, remember, you will already realize, I mean, understand already this, what is the whole text going to talk about. You know? That's the first kind of very smart. Second kind of smart is then just briefly overviewing, like pretty much what I do. Vaguely, kind of just overviewing. But that, you know, we can understand very much in essence. And the last one, then we need really, as I said, this text is actually for monks. I think when I studied this, I think it at least 2 months, 2 to 3 months, I don't remember, I studied. With many classes, with many debates. But I'm just here, just in, I taught 5 class, but now in our 6th class, just, you know, the whole thing is explained. So, of course, we must be smart, right? Okay, anyway, now let us talk about the fourth one. What is that? Fourth function. Again, what is enlightenment? Answer is here with this. Okay. Here, Maitreya talks about function, actually function, let us say accomplishing, you know. That is, let's say when we pray, lots of in our prayers, we have like, may I accomplish the true benefits, benefit of oneself and benefit of others. May I accomplish the complete benefit for oneself and others. So that is enlightenment. Benefit of oneself and benefit of others. So here, Lord Maitreya talks about that. What is enlightenment? Enlightenment is the benefit of oneself and benefit of others. That is enlightenment. Accomplish that. Okay, accomplish, by the way, that's what I meant. Maybe accomplish is better. Accomplish the benefit of oneself, benefit of others. That is enlightenment. Okay, now first, what is then accomplish for oneself? Accomplish for oneself has to do with more of a Dharmakaya. Dharmakaya. We usually divide into 2 kayas, you know. There are many 4 kayas, 3 kayas. Let's say 2 kayas. 2 kayas first, you know, Dharmakaya and Rupakaya, form kaya and formless kaya, you know. Formless kaya, the Dharmakaya, has to do with one's realizations, you know. Attaining one's realization, ultimate realization, is accomplishing benefit for oneself, right? Attaining realizations. Now, because one attains realizations, then one can manifest into kayas, other 2 kayas, you know. Form kaya, let's say form kaya. Form kaya is divided into Sambhogakaya and Manakaya, which we are going to talk about. These 2. That's the benefit for others. So, what is accomplishing benefit for oneself and others. For self, Dharmakaya. For others, two Phomkayas. So that accomplishing these two purposes, two benefits are enlightenment. That's enlightenment. Now, okay. The functions of the essence here. Now, Lord Maitreya first gives the overview. Here, Lord Maitreya is going to talk about in two kayas for the benefit of self. Okay, first, two kayas we're going to talk about. Two kayas we call Doriku Chojiku. Doriku means basically, we will be talking about Vimuktikaya. Vimuktikaya and then Dharmakaya. So what is Vimuktikaya and Dharmakaya? Simply, it's like a Sangye, as we talk about. Free from all defilements is Vimuktikaya. Free from all defilements, Vimuktikaya. Having all the enlightened qualities, this is Dharmakaya. Enlightened qualities are Dharmakaya. Okay. That, wisdom, compassion are Dharmakaya. Okay. Here, Vimuktikaya, rid of pollutions, here what is described, rid of pollution and all pervasive, which is Dharmakaya. True Buddha has an indestructible nature. And then these two are then talks about how they are steadfast, peace, permanent, unchanging, and all these different qualities. Okay. Again, what is benefit of self? Benefit of self is this Vimuktikaya and Dharmakaya. Vimuktikaya means free from all defilements. That is Vimuktikaya. And Dharmakaya is having all these enlightened, primordial wisdoms. This is Dharmakaya. Okay. We will discuss a little detail here later. And then here it reads that, two kayas are then permanent, unchanging, peace. So all this, steadfastness, we will discuss later. Sugata is similar to space. So because the Bodhisattva attained this, and when he become Buddha, because he has this sub-benefit, so the benefit of others just appears. Okay. Benefit of others just appears from these two kayas. Okay. From these two kayas, what appears? Appears non-arising to be seen, good for good and pure speech to be heard, moral conduct of the Sugata to be smelled, and to be tasted, to be felt, to be realized, all will manifest. When it manifests, when one accomplishes the benefit of self, is Dharmakaya and Vimuktikaya. Okay, that's enough. Go to the next, 192. We will explain a little bit detail, okay, here. 192, in the online would be 193, okay. Page 192, okay. Benefit of self, in brief, the two kayas to be understood as function of the two primordial wisdom. Okay. Two primordial wisdom here. Vimuktikaya representing perfections, the perfections of free from all defilements. Dharmakaya representing refinement of realizations. Vimuktikaya and Dharmakaya are to be known in terms of two aspects, and a common one as they are free from pollutions and all pervasive, uncreated, and thus embody the ground of virtue. Why there are two kayas, Vimuktikaya and Dharmakaya? Because there are two wisdoms on the path, two wisdom that we talk about. Because there are two wisdoms, wisdom that knows natural phenomena, wisdom that knows multiplicity of phenomena. So therefore, two kayas appears. Vimuktikaya, which means completely free from all defilements. Dharmakaya, which means having all this wisdom and compassion. Okay, so that is accomplishing benefit of self. From that benefit of self, then what happens? The two other kayas appears. Okay. Okay. Before we talk about the other two kayas, first here on page 193, Lord Maitreya is going to talk about, remember we talked about this benefit of self. These two kayas are, these two kayas are steadfast and peaceful, permanent, unchanging. So this further explained here in this. What do you mean by steadfast? Because these kayas, the benefit of self, these two kayas, they are steadfast because they don't decay, they're always present there. They are peaceful because they're not drastic change here, They are permanent because not being cut off. They are unchanging because no transmigrations. So this, what is permanent and what is not permanent? What is not permanent are that can decay. That's impermanent. That can drastic change. That is impermanent. That can be cut off. That is impermanent. That can transmigrations. That is impermanent. Or compounded phenomena. These are compounded phenomena. So Buddha qualities, enlightened qualities are permanent. So therefore, from these four, the opposite is steadfast, peaceful, permanent, and unchanging. Okay. That makes sense? Okay. Okay, now I'm on page 194. Because Buddha accomplished this benefit of self with these two kayas, Vimuktikaya, free of suffering, free of all defilements, Dharmakaya, having all the qualities. So therefore, other two, for the benefit of others, form kayas, rupa kayas appears. So here gives a beautiful example. That's how it is to be seen. Here, we're not talking about something, this benefit of self, when accomplished benefit of self, this is not the cause, regular cause and result kind of thing. Regular cause and result are something like seed is there, when it gives kind of, shoots come out from that seed, come out, and then the seed cease to exist. That is regular kind of a cause and result, the fruit we're going we think about. The seed and then the result. Seed cease to exist to have the result. Here, when the Bodhisattva or when the Buddha have the benefit of self is accomplished, naturally, while having this, because to have this, then naturally two kayas manifest. How that manifests? Here it gives example. Space is not a cause, yet the cause for all visible things to be seen. For sound, odor, flavor, touch, and phenomena to be heard, and so on. Just so they cause the unstained qualities. That's what it means. Like a space. Without space, we cannot do things. We need a space. Because we have that space so that we can put all kinds of decorations. Like that, accomplishing benefit of self, when this very Buddha nature is purified, when this Buddha nature is manifested, here inside that self benefit is realized, then benefit of others, then Sambhogakaya form, Nimanakaya form naturally arise. But let us not understand as cause and result kind of regular way. This is like having a space, having a space. When there is a space, then things can be seen, and for sound, where there's a space, then everything happens. Space and what things hold in this space is not exactly cause and result, but anything to happen, we need a space. Anything happen within a space. Likewise, all the Buddha manifestations, pure manifestation, or any manifestation, all happen from this space of accomplishing benefit for self, having this Buddha nature manifests within, so that others also, all for the benefit of infinite sentient beings, all this manifestation of kayas, rupa kayas, form kayas appears. Okay. That's how the form kaya or jhana kaya or dharmakaya is how they like causes and conditions, but not exactly cause and condition, or causes and result, but not exactly cause and result that as we know something, cause something. It's like a beautiful example. Space is a beautiful example here. I'm not explaining well here, but the space is beautiful example. Anything happen within the space. Where there's no space, nothing can happen. Where there's no accomplished the benefit of self, realize Buddha nature within, no other form kayas can happen. Where there's self, benefit of self, kayas, benefit of self, this Buddha nature is realized, then outside, for the benefit of all beings, form kayas naturally arise, like that. Okay. So that we already explained. See, we're done, already explained here. The function, talk about function, but I accomplish function. So, once more, what is enlightenment? Enlightenment is accomplishing the benefit of self and what? Benefit of others. What is benefit of self? Again, benefit of self is this Vimuktikaya and Dharmakaya, which simply means, simply refer to what? Free from all adventitious defilements and all enlightened, these wisdom manifestations. Because we have this, so all for the benefit of others, form kayas can appears, Dharmakayas. So we will talk about that later, how Dharmakayas appears. Okay, that's another answer. Now we are already on fifth. Okay, fifth. What is fifth? Fifth is endowment. Endowment. Okay. Endowment. Okay. Now explaining endowment, here Lord Maitreya talks about 15 qualities, 15 different qualities. Again, the question is, what is enlightenment? Enlightenment means having these 15 qualities. Okay. Okay. I'm on page 195. 15 qualities. What are the 15 qualities here now? 15 qualities are: Buddhahood is inconceivable, one quality. Buddhahood is permanent. Buddhahood is steadfast, at peace, immutable, 5. It is utterly peaceful, 6. Pervasive, without thought, and unattached, like a space, 9, right? It is free from hindrance, 10. Coarse objects of contact are eliminated, 11. It cannot be seen and cannot grasp, 12 and 13. It is virtuous, 14. It is free from pollution, that's 15. Okay. Okay. These are the 15. So it's easy to understand. Buddhahood is inconceivable. It's impermanent. We're going to talk about those in more detail. Okay. 15 qualities. Endowment. Now, who endowed here? Concise explanation of who endowed these qualities. What we are talking about? Who endowed? Endowed basically enlightenment. Enlightenment has these 15 qualities. Okay. Okay. Here briefly explains, actually, this for the benefit of self. This Vimuktikaya, Dharmakaya is the kind of the obsessed, who possess these 15 qualities. Here it says, as we explained, the Vimuktikaya and the Dharmakaya accomplish benefit for oneself and benefit for others, and these kayas, being the support of these twofold benefit, possess the qualities of being inconceivable and so forth. All the 15 qualities. Who has these 15 qualities? We're going to explain, by the way. Wait for a minute. 15 qualities. 15 qualities possessed by these kayas. This enlightenment, just say enlightenment. Okay. Next explains the first quality. What is first quality? Is inconceivable. Among 15 qualities, first is inconceivable. So why enlightenment man is inconceivable? Okay, here's the answer. Being the object of omniscient primordial wisdom, Buddhahood is not an object for the three types of insight. So even those with wisdom body must realize that Buddha enlightenment is inconceivable. Okay. Why it's inconceivable? Because these three things cannot understand the real enlightened qualities. Continue reading it. Being settled, it is not subject for study. That is the one thing. It's by studying, can we really understand enlightenment? No. Enlightenment is something to be understood by one's own experience, right? One studies cannot understand the enlightenment. Being absolute, it cannot be reflected upon. By reflection, can I understand enlightenment? No, cannot do that. Second, dharmata is deep. Hence, it is not an object for any holy meditation and so on. Any holy study, any holy contemplation, any holy form of meditation cannot realize or cannot understand what enlightenment really is. Therefore, the first quality, inconceivable. Okay. And in a second stanza gives a little bit of an example. Why is it hard to realize? It is like a blind with regard to the visible. It's a blind, like if you are blind, you cannot see things. It's like that. Children who have never seen it before, even noble ones see it as babies would glimpse the sun from within the house where they are born. Even the noble ones, bodhisattvas, do not really fully understand what is really enlightenment. And good luck to you studying, trying to understand in one night what is enlightenment. But we're doing pretty good here. Okay. And then you remember the other qualities here we talk about. Permanence, steadfastness, at peace. We're going to describe that more in a different category. So from the second to five qualities, from second to five qualities, among 15 qualities I'm talking about. First quality we all talk about, inconceivable. The second quality to fifth quality, these are the qualities of unchanging. Buddhahood, enlightenment is unchanging. So it has, that unchanging has five qualities. Okay, here. Since it's free from being born, it is permanent. Enlightenment is free from being born, isn't it? Therefore, it's permanent. Since it's without cessation, it is steadfastness. Enlightenment doesn't cease to exist, It's always there, unchanging quality. Therefore, steadfastness. Since these two are not present, it is peaceful. Cessation is not present. Being born are not present. Beyond birth, beyond death, it is peaceful. It is immutable, for the Dhamma Dhatu remains, always remain there, no change. So these are the qualities of unchanging. There is a quality from 2 to 5 qualities, enlightenment. Okay, now next. The quality, it says, is the quality of abandonment and realization. Quality of abandonment, realization of enlightenment. So here, we are going to talk about from 6 quality to 11 quality. From 6 quality to 11 qualities are quality of abandonment and realization of enlightenment. Does that make sense? Okay. Here are the qualities. 6. Quality 6 is, it is utter peace since the truth of cessation is revealed. 7. Since everything is realized, it pervades all knowable. 7. All knowable. It pervades all knowable. Pervasive, it's pervasive, right? It's pervasive quality. Since it does not dwell upon anything, it is without ideations, free of concept, in another word. Since the mental poisons are eliminated, it has no attachment. 9 quality. Wow, beautiful quality, see? Even though my reading sounds quite terrible here. Since the veil of the hindrance to the knowledge is cleansed, it is always unobstructed. That's one. With regard to the complete insight, that's one. Okay. Being free from its two obstacles, it is suited for samadhi and thus receive from the touch of coarse objects of contact. So 11, there's 11 quality. Because of samadhi, since, suited to samadhi, thus receive from the touch of the coarse object of contact. Because in the state of enlightenment, then everything's free flow. There's no coarse object like, So I heard in a Christian says Jesus walked on the water or something like that. But, all these coarse objects, this is not this. And the coarse object of that's the solidity is in fact, because of our own kind of, mental habit, for a long time built. So all this happens. In the state of enlightenment, everything, this very one thing can be this and that and everything. Like that. Okay. Now qualities. Quality of purity and purification. That is from now 11th quality we are done. From 12th quality to 15th quality is the quality of purity. Okay? Quality of purity. Quality of purity is what are they? Since it is not something visible, it cannot be seen. With naked eyes cannot be seen. Since it's free from feature, it cannot be grasped. It cannot be grasped. This is 13. It is a virtue, Dhammadhatu, being by nature, it's pure. Okay. And it's free from stain since pollution is abandoned. That's the 15. 15 qualities. Now again, what is enlightenment? Enlightenment is having these 15 qualities. Really have to, we just went through, but when you go home, you just sit down and try to understand what this, each qualities feel like, and you understand. It's a wonderful thing. Amazing. Okay. We're done. Now, endowment, quality, endowment. What is enlightenment? Having these 15 qualities. Now we are already on 6th subject. On 6th subject, our topics is what? Manifestations. Oh, now this is a little bit big subject. Not that big, but probably last, one. Very easy to understand. So this is more of a general explanation of what is enlightenment. Okay. Usually in the text, that's what enlightenment is explained. What is enlightenment again? Enlightenment we talk about in terms of 4 kayas and 5 wisdoms. Is that correct? 4 kayas, 5 wisdom. Here we are not going to talk about 5 wisdom, but 4 kayas is going to explain. Beautiful thing again. So, 4 kayas, what are they? Let me first briefly explain so that, we go through these four kayas, Sambhogakaya, very nature of all kayas, basically. Again, explain in terms of twofold purity, okay? Having or not having. Let's put that, yeah, I like that. Having what? All the qualities manifest. Not having what? All the adventitious defilements. Twofold purities is Sambhogakaya. And then Dharmakaya is basically all the wisdoms, compassions, and all this chencha we call the wisdom aspect. All this benefit of self, all this Dharmakaya. From this Dharmakaya, then Sambhogakaya, which manifests to only pure beings. And then furthermore, then Nirmanakaya. So again, what is answer to the questions of what is enlightenment? Enlightenment is the four kayas. It's the four kaya, enlightenment is explained. Okay. Again, here briefly explain and detailed explanation. Briefly explanation, we just don't worry about this very much, and then we will go through a little bit on the detailed explanation. It's easier. Okay. Okay. Here's the explanation who realized the essence. Okay. Basically the essence or Sambhogakaya's, essence. There are 5 qualities. It is totally indivisible, far away from two extremes, rid of the 3 veils, unpolluted, not an object of thought. Its realization is a vision of yogi who dwell in meditative equipoise. So these are the qualities of the Sambhogakaya. And then 5 qualities of Sambhogakaya. Okay. Detailed explanations coming next. I'm on page 200 here. Particularity of Dharmakaya. Dharmakaya has again, 5 qualities. It cannot be fathomed. One, it's like the grains of the sand in Ganges, river Ganges. And then it's inconceivable, peerless. 3, elimination of all fault along with their, remaining traces. So these are the, 5 are the Dharmakaya qualities. We're going to describe later. And then Sambhogakaya qualities. Through the various aspects of sacred Dharma. This one, through the bodies shot with light rays. 2, and through its radiance to accomplish the task of total liberation of being. 3, its did resemble activity of a king of wish-fulfilling jewel. 4, it appears as a variety of things, yet it is not the nature of these 5 qualities. And then third, concise explanation of the particularity of Nirmanakaya quality. Now, Nirmanakaya quality are 3 explained. Nirmanakaya pursues the holy beings to enter the path toward peace. 1. he fully matured them to granting prophecies to become the cause for their release. 3. Okay. Don't worry, we will be explaining these qualities soon. Okay. Page 202. Here gives some different names for describing. Different names for describing enlightenment is omniscience of all the sub-sprung ones. Rangjung, sub-sprung one. Rangjung means, it's not really come from causes and conditions, sub-arising. Rangjung is one thing, one name. And given the name Buddhahood, Sangje is one. And it's also named as like a Dachomba in Tibetan, most supremely beyond torment. Oh, Nyangde is one describing enlightenment. Nyangde, Dachomba, most supremely beyond torment. Nyangde, inconceivable, Samtumepa, for vanquisher, Dachomba. It's all different names for enlightenment. Quintessence of self-awareness, Soso Rangrikidani we call, as also named for the enlightenment. When these are categorized, they can be fully divided into 3 properties. Now, all these different names describe the enlightenment, but enlightenment in reality can be explained through 3 kayas here, basically means, which are the quality of depth, very deep, that's Dharmakaya. Quality of vastness, that's Sambhogakaya. Quality of greatness, that is Nirmanakaya, and so on. The benefit are fulfilled through these 3 kayas. Okay. That's how we begin. Okay, now let us go a little bit into detail, the different qualities. Okay? So here first, a presentation of each individually, presentation of the Dharmakaya and some Swabhavikakaya. Okay. Concise explanation of the qualities and characteristics. We call Tsenyigna characteristic. First is the characteristic. Let's see here. First characteristics. What are the characteristics of Swabhavikakaya and Dharmakaya? Well, here are the characteristics. Okay. Of these, Swabhavikakaya of the Buddha is to be known as having 5 characteristics. If contains 5 qualities. Okay. First, 5 characteristics. It is uncreated, totally indivisible. Dharmakaya is like that. Swabhavikakaya is like that. 2 extremes are completely abandoned. Here, 2 extremes, extremes of existence, non-existence. There are 2 extremes are completely abandoned. That's one. A second, it is definitely free from 3 veils of mental poisons, 1, and then obstructions to knowledge, 2nd, and obstruction to meditative equipoise. 3 veils. It's free from 3 veils. We talk about 3 veils, true veils or true obscuration, but sometimes we also say three obscurations. One is, obscurations to meditative equipoise. That is when you try to meditate and all kinds of thought arises and you cannot meditate. So that is, obstruction to veils to the meditative equipoise. Okay, that's 4. Being the field of the yogis and the Dhammadhatu, being by the essence pure, it is luminous clarity. That's 5. So these are the 5 characteristics of what? Swabhavikakaya or Dharmakaya, both together. Swabhavikakaya, again, twofold purity is Swabhavikakaya. Dharmakaya, we are referring to the knowing, omniscient aspect of, wisdom, promotive wisdom aspect is what, promotive wisdom aspect that's fully manifest in the enlightenment is called Dharmakaya. Okay. Now 5 qualities. Again, 5 characteristics are there and 5 qualities. Sambhogakaya has 2, Sambhogakaya truly has the final and ultimate qualities of being unfathomable, countless, you cannot count, inconceivable, unequal, and pure, the 5 qualities. Okay, now next, continue this, reading. That gives the, since it's vast, okay, vast is one thing. Since it's vast, that's why it is unfathomable. Since not to be numbered, you cannot count, like, therefore it is countless. Okay. Not an object of reasoning, third, that's why it's inconceivable. Going back, right? It is unique, that's why unequal. See, since the remaining traces are eliminated, that's why pure. When we say pure here, we also have to know that remaining traces we call pakcha, or habitual tendencies. Not only purify the defilements, but even traces of defilement are purified. So, okay. So our Vikakaya or Dharmakaya having the 5 characteristics or 5 qualities. Okay. Why they are called 5 qualities, explain right there. But other, spend some time, when we have think about those. Very liberating to think about. Why it's called unfathomable, countless, inconceivable, unequal, and pure, because it's vast, because it cannot be numbered, because its objects cannot be understood by reasoning, because it's unique, and because since the remaining traces are already eliminated, this is pure qualities of Sambhogakaya or Dharmakaya, like that. Okay, so we already explained 2 kayas, Sambhogakaya and Dharmakaya. Now, these 2s are what? For the benefit of self, that's there. Now, for the benefit of others, this is very interesting. Really. 2 kayas, 2 form kayas. 2 form kayas, first is Sambhogakaya. Sambhogakaya is the ultimate form kaya, because ultimate form kayas. Ultimate form kayas because ultimate form kayas because we talk about ngepangatan demba, which means ngepangade, or 5 certainties. Actually, I already said this before. Maybe I'm repeating it. 5 certainties, Sambhogakaya. That is certainty of place where Sambhogakaya is, in Akarnishta, Pure Land, always. Like Nimanakaya, like Buddha, he roam in Bodhgaya. That's why Sambhogakaya, 5 certainty, certain place. Certain form, Sambhogakaya form, not like appear in all different forms. Certain Dharma, the highest teachings. Certain retinue, only he can be seen from the first bhumi to the 10th bhumi, not before that. For only pure perception, who have pure perception, those kind of disciples, he can only appear. Certain time, beyond time beyond 3 times. No past, no present, no future, all the time teachings. Takpa Junji Kolo. That is 5 certainties. Usually that's how we explain Sambhogakaya. Yeah, Sambhogakaya. That's pretty straightforward explanation like that. But here, Lord Maitreya explained a little bit differently. But these are, again, of course, Sambhogakaya's, explanation, what Sambhogakaya is. That I just explained is regular, that we all say like that. But it's a little bit different here. Okay. Now Sambhogakaya is, again, ultimate form kayas. Okay. Here it says, first is it perfectly enjoys the various aspects of Dharma, the speech. Here, actually, I have to also say that, teaching with a word of mouth, just talking is more of a Nirmanakaya. Sambhogakaya level, there's no such words, such symbolic. When we talk about in our lineage, we talk about mind lineage, symbolic lineage, word lineage. Jawa Gunju, Rinsin Daju, Kansa Hinju. But all this Sambhogakaya level, all are sign, some kind of sign, symbolic lineage, some kind of sign, not really physically, or of course not, sound teachings. So that's one, Sambhogakaya's kind of well-being, various aspects of Dharma, and it appears in the form of natural qualities. Sambhogakaya form, again, form, sound, form, with all the marks of the Buddhas. Sambhogakaya form is very pure form, not like Nirmanakaya, pure form appears. Second, corresponding to the pure course of compassion, the benefit of sentient beings is uninterrupted. There's no doing and doing thing, always uninterrupted. Okay? Third, totally without any thought, spontaneously, without any thought, spontaneously. There's no such things, That's fourth. It wholly grants all wishes exactly as they are by miraculous power, like a wish-fulfilling gems. Wish-fulfilling gem, that's five different qualities. It therefore fully abides in the perfect enjoyment. Perfect enjoyment. Perfect enjoyment. Perfect enjoyment means now here in this regard, perfect speech, perfect physical, or form, kaya, ultimate form, perfectly, uninterrupted, always there, spontaneously perfected, wishful feeling like gem-like. So, that's Sambhogakaya. Sambhogakaya again with 5 certainties, appearing only to the Buddha's Bodhisattva, 10 bhumis, from first bhumi to the last 10th bhumi, appearing to the pure subject. These are Sambhogakaya, ultimate forms. Okay. So now, on page 206, the most important thing here, second important thing is where it appears to conditions, due to condition it appears. This is a beautiful example, really. Due to various colors of its background, the gem appears in manifold colors, but it is not the thing fulfilling their functions. Likewise, the all-pervasive ones appear due to the manifold conditions set by beings, without being a thing fulfilling their functions. Here, what it means is that, let's imagine a crystal. You put on a yellow cloth, the crystal looks like a yellow. Yet imagine you put the crystal on a blue color, the crystal looks blue. Like that, depending on the audience, from first bhumi to the last bhumi, Imagine the first Bhumi Bodhisattva, when she sees the Sambhogakaya form, Buddha in Sambhogakaya form, he received or she received teachings accordingly. He or she sees according to her or his mental capacity. Imagine our last one, Bodhisattva, who's almost ready to get enlightenment. To this Bodhisattva, when Buddha appeared in Sambhogakaya form, quite differently. Teaching is quite differently. But the difference do not really rest upon the Sambhogakaya itself. The difference is depending on the, the disciples. So that's what it means. Sambhogakaya can also, always pure form, but in a different ways. Okay, that's done. Sambhogakaya done. Now we know what's Sambhogakaya. Okay. Now Nirmanakaya. That's very, very interesting subject. Nirmanakaya is what we know. Nirmanakaya form. Now okay. Here Nirmanakaya form is Tulku. It's actually Tulku is Nirmanakaya. This is what the word is. Then different Nirmanakaya. This is called Supreme Nirmanakaya is what we are going to describe here. And then we talk about like reincarnated Nirmanakaya, like a Tulku, and a variegated Nirmanakaya, like a Buddha appearing in many different forms. Now you remember Bodhisattva, like Shantideva said, may I be a person who may I be a helper who need help, may I be a bridge who are trying to cross a river, be a boat who needs to cross, all these things. Basically, Bodhisattva's aspiration, really. May I be that person when beings need me, need that kind of beings. So with that, it appears, really amazing that, so in all kinds of forms, all kinds of forms, not only one thing, all kinds of forms. They call pure forms, impure forms. They're all Nirmanakaya. Okay. And crafted, crafts, more of a, like, statues, Nirmanakaya. But here we are talking about the subject is Supreme Nirmanakaya. Okay? Supreme Nirmanakaya. What is Supreme Nirmanakaya here? Okay. Supreme Nirmanakaya, knows the world and having gazed upon all worldly beings, demonstrate out of his great compassion, 12 wondrous deeds without moving away from Dharmakaya. Okay, here's a very important one. Whether we talk about Sambhogakaya or Nirmanakaya, we're talking about without moving away from the Swabhavikakaya or Dharmakaya. From this, you remember, function or accomplishment for benefit of oneself, when one attains this for the benefit of oneself, this Dharmakaya, all outside appearing in the form is Dharmakaya's manifestation, no other than that. From this, attaining benefit of self and then benefit of others, it appears like that. So here, Nirmanakaya, when we talk about, Nirmanakaya did not come from somewhere, but from this realization, from this enlightenment, that, Buddha within then appear for the benefit of, Understand? Nothing like that. So here, now different little bit comes up. In a lower vehicle, Buddha Shakyamuni was a regular human being before, regular human beings. He wasn't, somebody special. Now, according to Mahayana, who is Buddha Shakyamuni now? Buddha Shakyamuni, we will talk about here, but he is already, what is Nirmanakaya? Nirmanakaya is coming from the Dharmakaya, Swabhavikakaya, from this pure realization, from this enlightenment within. When benefit of oneself is accomplished, then benefit of others, Nirmanakaya and Sambhogakaya naturally appears. That, that Nirmanakaya is not like, just a regular person who do this and fulfill and attain enlightenment, but, from, from already enlightened, manifesting. Now here we will talk about that. Where Nirmanakaya came from compassions. That compassions without moving away from Dharmakaya essence. From the compassion, then Nirmanakaya appears. Now when Nirmanakaya appears, Nirmanakaya display 12 great deeds. This is a beautiful, we'll hear 12 great deeds. Okay, 12 great deeds are here. Now, again, my reading. Having first been born spontaneously in a divine existence, he then leaves realm of Sushita and pass into the world. Having first been born spontaneously in divine Tushita heaven, he was born there first. We call Haiputamba Tokapo as a divine son, no? He was born in Sushita heaven. In that, he already attained enlightenment. Like Buddha, Lord Maitreya is right now, presiding over on Sushita heaven. He's the last bodhisattva. So what will happen is then, when his time comes, Lord Maitreya will attain enlightenment there and then come down. So now the question is, then didn't he manifest that he attained enlightenment in Bodh Gaya? Yes, that's for the benefit of others. But actually, according to Mahayana, he is already enlightened. Like that. There's a difference between Mahayana and Lawvika's teachings. Okay. Laiputambatokapo we call, he was born as like that in the Tushita heaven. And then he leaves Tushita heaven and pass into the world. And you remember in the Buddha's life story, then he, in the form of elephant with 6 tusks, he descend from Tushita heaven, enter into mother's womb. That's born in Tushita heaven, and then entering into the world. This two great deeds. And then what happened? And then entering into mother's home, descending, entering into mother's womb, and then take birth. When he take birth, see, he took 7 steps. Each 7 steps, 7 flowers appears, and right after that, he claimed that he would be the leaders of the world. Okay, like that, taking birth, gained perfect skill as a Prince Siddhartha. He was the most really amazing skilled person. Lots of method, skill, so much. He perfected all the things, mastering all the various fields of handicraft, science, and art. Okay, and then what happened? Here, that's 4. Gaining masters. There's 4. 5. What is he enjoys? Amusement among his spouse and her retinue. That's 6. 5 or 6. Feeling weariness now. Now, while he was really enjoying as a prince life, he got then, very upset. He found the nature of samsara, death and dying, sickness, let alone all the things that went on in his life, all the, emotional roller coaster, as we say. There wasn't any less that time too. So really things were happening. And renunciation. What is renunciation here? Some people make mistakes, Renunciation, outer form is then, shave your head and then put on some kind of robes, renounce and leave your family. Somewhat that is outer aspect. What is real renunciation is then you are really tired of samsara. You really know now samsara really do not have any meaning. It's too much. Just then somehow renounce means somehow you're a little bit tired of this samsaric phenomena and you turn to Dharma and something aspire to the cessation of this samsaric phenomena, a peace, a compassion that's free from all these roller coasters. Really. Checking comfort zones, We're a little bit tired of this shaking comfort zones. Just want to just little bit leave behind and want to something, aspire for something wonderful quality, free from all these defilements. That is renunciation, by the way. That's one quality, or one deeds, yeah. Okay, we have to now, time is not waiting for us. So, and then he practiced as an ascetic, is one, for many years he practiced. And then he goes to awakening's heart and defeat the host of Mara. There's 9. Okay, this 9. And then he perfect enlightenment. He attained enlightenment. This is 10. And then he turned the wheel of Dharma, 11. And he passed into nirvana. That's 12 deeds. Okay? 12 deeds. When you have time, read closely. So according to, not according to, this is what, when we talk about supreme nirvana, supreme Dharmakaya, we explain in terms of, this 12 great deeds. 12 great deeds. In our Buddha's case, Lord Shakyamuni, Buddha, as a Siddhartha, he went all through these great deeds and then all manifest, Supreme Dharmakaya manifest. Okay. And then the question is where these things he displayed. The last sentence reads, within all the endless field of totally infested with impurities, that's where he shows. Not like Sambhogakaya in pure realm, not like Sambhogakaya to the perfect audience, but here he displayed these 12 deeds as a supreme Dharmakaya in a not that very good place, lots of roller coasters happening. And also he shows deeds as long as beings abide in existence. Beings abide in existence. So that's a Dharmakaya. Okay, now that's done. We're done. But Dharmakaya is already explained now. So what happened now? What is enlightenment? Enlightenment in terms of this Sambhogakaya, Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, Dharmakaya. This is enlightenment. So these are manifest from this pure realizations. Sentient beings, born in 6 different realms because of, karma and these roller coasters. Buddhas manifest Supreme Dharmakaya, ever moving from the essence of Dharmakaya, they manifest. Likewise, bodhisattvas, that's different between Mahayana and lower vehicles. Bodhisattvayanas, then bodhisattvas, not just entering into nirvana is nothing, but going beyond nirvana and turning the wheel of Dharma is the thing. Okay, I'm on page 208. Yeah, is it 208? Yeah, I'm 208. Now here, this is very important. What Nirmanakaya does, is very important. We talk about what Sambhogakaya did, you know. We talk about what Dharmakaya and Sambhogakaya are, but now when Supreme Nirmanakaya, what he does, the way the ordinary being, here's, so the way the ordinary beings are guided to enter lesser vehicles. Okay, first that one. He does three things, Nirmanakaya, Supreme Nirmanakaya does three things. First, those who are ordinary beings, he make them enter into the path of the Dharma. That's first he does. Second, what he does is, those who are on the path of the Buddha Dharma, like Arhats, now he make them to further to, Mahayana path. That's what he does. Second. Third he does is, those who are almost ready to enlightenment, he gives prophecies. He gives prophecies where you will be attaining enlightenment, when, how, when, not how, when, and what your benefit would be, all kind of giving prophecies. These are the Nirmanakaya do these three things, right? Supreme Nirmanakaya, what Supreme Nirmanakaya do? These three things. In another word, if you are asked what enlightenment does, if you are attaining enlightenment, what would you do? You will do these three things. Okay. First thing now. First thing here. Pay attention here. First thing here is very important one. With the word impermanent, suffering, sublessness, and peace, the Buddha who knows all means pursue the sentient beings in general weariness. Okay, anyway, my reading not good there. So, what he does is, we call Tawakatagi Chajaji, four seals of the Dharma. Very important. 4 seals of the Dharma. That's what he does. First, for in order to liberate ordinary beings, first step of teachings. 4 seal of Dharma. If you have this, it's already in the commentary. Everything compound is impermanent. 1. Everything bound up with pollutions is suffering. Now we know what the pollution is, all the afflictive emotions, cognitive obscurity. Everything bound up with pollutions is suffering. Second. Third, all phenomena are devoid of self-entity. Third. Fourth is now, nirvana is supremely in peace and comfort. That is what Supreme Nirmanakaya will teach to those ordinary beings. All compounds, phenomena are impermanent. All that pollution, emotions are suffering. As long as their roller coasters are going on, it's nothing but sufferings. Nirvana, there's no self. Self, there's no self. That's the big news. Self, one grasp on so much is there's no self. And then nirvana is peace. Basically, these are called Tawakatagi Chajaji, all seals of Dharma. Very basic understanding of Buddha Dharma. See, Nirmanakaya, Supreme Nirmanakaya, first teach these 4 seals. Okay, let's see now. And then second, what he does is lesser vehicles are ripened by means of Mahayana. Okay. And then see, according to Mahayana, then Buddha taught, second turning the wheel of Dharma, third turning the wheel of Dharma. We call in those teachings, especially third turning the wheel of Dharma, a White Lotus Dharma Sutra, we call Tamshupema Karpo, and then Mahapari Nirvana Sutra, Yangel and Dipindo, all these things, sutra, different sutras are taught. Now, what this Supreme Nirmanakaya, Buddha Shakyamuni, as a Supreme Nirmanakaya, what he did is now, first turning the wheel of Dharma, he would all ordinary beings to the path. They were practicing. Some of them attain arhat, pratyeka buddhayana, self-realization attained. But knowing that this is not ultimate, not enlightenment. So he taught, this another Mahayana sutras, and then that's why they can go beyond. They already went beyond samsara. Now they can go also beyond nirvana, and then serve the infinite sentient beings for infinite time. So Supreme Dharmakaya do the second thing like that. Those who are on the path already, he put into further to the Mahayana path. Third, what he did is great vehicles. Okay. Third, what he did is he gives prophecies. Okay, prophecies. He gives prophecies. Prophecies to those, especially in Dodejin, one of the 5 treatises of Maitreya, Dodejin in this talk about also, how Supreme Dharmakaya gives prophecy for those who are ready to attain enlightenment, who are dwelling on the 10th Bhumi level. So he gives the prophecies where you will be attaining enlightenment, all these things. And then also he gives, we call the empowerment of wondrous light rays, some translated, at the very end of 10th Bhumi, he gave this empowerment, and then next, you're Buddha, the Bodhisattva, become Buddha. And then based on this teaching, then there are lots of debate about whether Vajrayana, Tantric path and Mahayana are going to merge together or not, whether Mahayana path alone can reach Buddhahood. Lots of debate went on. Anyway, that's not the case here for us. Okay, now the conclusion, summary of the meaning. Okay. Since these kayas constitute depth, best possible power, depth is Dharmakaya, best possible power is Nirmanakaya, supreme guidance is Nirmanakaya, in tune with the aim of children's, they should be known in accordance with the number as being deep, vast, and embodiment of greatness. So 3 kayas appears. Okay, beautiful example ending here. Summary into the kayas with reference to the way. Okay, beautiful example is like this. Here, the first is the Dharmakaya, and the latter are the form kayas. As the visible abide in the space, latter abide in the first. As a physical things abide in the space. Likewise, the form kayas, Nirmanakaya, Sambhogakaya, abides or within, not moving from Dharmakaya or manifests. That's a beautiful example. Okay, now we're done. Oh, time is not good here, but let us finish this. Okay, let us finish. It's not that long here. Okay, 7 and 8, then almost same. They are same. Seventh topic. What is enlightenment? Enlightenment is permanent. Okay. Now we have something to do here. Permanent is the 7th topic. Well, you may wonder. I just want to say this because you may wonder. Point in Buddhism, we talk about we have to take the middle path. We're not going to 2 extremes, nihilistic and eternalistic. Nihilistic view are those who do not believe in things. No karma, no past life, new life, nihilistic view. We are not there. We are not here, eternalistic view, the creator, permanent, we are not there. We are in between, in the middle. Not nihilistic view, not eternalistic view. That is the Buddhist view in general. In terms, if you put it in a nutshell, just that's the Buddhist view. Since that is the Buddhist view, then what are we talking about here? So far we have been talking about lots of things, permanent. So each time when I say permanent, I feel like I have to explaining it, but something, no time. Okay, anyway, today the permanent is the main subject. What is enlightenment? Enlightenment is permanent. Okay, now, then what is permanent here? Here, you must understand that we are talking about something permanent beyond the notion of permanent and impermanent. Beyond the regular notion of permanent and impermanent. That's permanent. Here talking about beyond that notion, permanent or permanent, beyond permanent. Okay. But, okay, let us read this. So, here, enlightenment is permanent because there are 10 reasons, yes, 10 reasons. If you know these 10 reasons, then you get idea of what permanent, mean here. Okay. Permanent, okay. I have to read. There's permanent. The causes are endless. Sentient beings inexhaustible in number. Okay. Let me just explain here. Permanent, enlightenment is permanent because the cause to enlightenment, really, in order to attain enlightenment, how many causes and conditions must gather? Imagine. A lot of causes and conditions, really. The result at the end is enlightenment. And how can it be impermanent? Once you get the enlightenment going to cease to exist? That doesn't make sense, does it? Therefore, it's a permanent. Sentient beings are inexhaustible in number, really. Regardless how you liberate it, how many you liberated, how many times you liberated, doesn't matter. Sentient beings are inexhaustible. Is then enlightenment going to cease to exist? That doesn't make sense. As long as space remains, as long as sentient beings remain, may I too remain, dispel the miseries of the world. That Shantideva's aspirations. Shantideva, when he fulfilled his aspirations, he became enlightened. And he will be there as long as his space remains, as long as sentient beings remain. That's why we call permanent. It's a beautiful, the teachings, they are incredible. They have compassion and love. Compassion, infinite compassion, from infinite compassion, really, infinite compassion, infinite manifestation, how can be, impermanent. Impermanent, here the idea is something is there and it ceases to exist, and gone, that, like that kind. Miraculous power is one. And knowledge, infinite knowledge. And utter bliss, free from all pollution. These are the, 6, okay. And masters of, and they are masters of all qualities, masters of all qualities. So these 7 are the permanent, 7, because there are 7. These permanents described, by the way, I forgot to mention, permanents we are talking about form kayas permanent and formless kayas, Dharmakayas permanent. Here, these first 7 we describe is the form kayas permanent, okay? Form kaya permanent in those 7 categories. Okay, now formless Dharmakaya is also permanent because the demons of death has been vanquished. Therefore, it's permanent. Being not the essence of the compound. See, already we said compound are impermanent, right? This enlightenment is not compound. It's uncompound, uncreated. You remember? We've been talking about uncreated all the time. Buddha is uncreated. So therefore, permanent. It is true. It says, protectors of all holy beings. Protectors. So bodhisattva, generally this bodhicitta is to benefit with the infinite sentient beings with infinite enlightened qualities. So when you attain enlightenment, if you cease to exist, that's not the case. You are the protectors of all holy beings, all beings. So as long as beings are remain, there you should remain. So that remaining forever is called permanent. You know? Okay. So okay. So now we know enlightenment is permanent. Okay. Next is 7 reasons why visible kayas are permanent. Okay. Now here, according to this concluded Rinpoche's explanation, 4 reasons, first 4 reasons, visible kaya Buddha stays in samsara for the benefit of beings. 4 reasons why nirvana kaya remain in samsara and benefit beings. Okay, why Supreme Nirvana Kaya remain in samsara? Why you want to remain like as you do permanently? Well, there are 4 reasons. Okay, 4 reasons. What are they? Having offered body, lives, and goods, they uphold the sacred dharma. Really, on the path, they even offer for the benefit of beings their own body. Now, of course, they would remain in the world, right? In order to benefit all sentient beings, they fulfill their vow as initially taken. Of course, that's a bodhicitta vow. Then why you want to leave this world? Of course you want to remain in the world. Buddhahood supremely expressed itself as compassion, both cleans and purified, So therefore they remain. That's not really, while they remain in samsara, they don't have any samsaric defects. Appearing on the feet of the miraculous power, they can act forever by means of these. So 4 reasons why you remain in the samsara, according to this. So there are yet another, 7 reasons, another 3 reasons why bodhisattva do not abandon samsara. The same, it's basically the same thing, but why they remain samsara, why they do not abandon samsara. They want to remain samsara. Here's the first one. By acknowledge, they are freed from the belief fixed on the duality of samsara and nirvana. So there's nothing to abandon because you already gone beyond, there's nothing to be abandoned. For ultimate, then there's nothing to be abandoned, nothing to be accepted. You reach to that point. They always possess the best possible bliss of samadhi beyond ideations. So there's no really harm for them. Just they already excel the profound samadhi. While acting in the world for the good, for others' good, they are unsullied by the worldly phenomena. While being in the world, not abandoning samsara, they are still not subject of these samsaric defects. Okay. On page 213, there are 3 reasons why Dharmakaya is permanent. Free from being, free from dying, it is the attainment of peace. In this sphere of demon of death, cannot roam. This is why Dharmakaya, is permanent. Instead of the Muni being is uncreated nature. Uncreated nature, remember, uncreated. It's not compound. Therefore, it's permanent. Second reason has been fully specified in time. For all those who are bereft of permanent shelters, it provides most delightful refuge and so on. You are the saviors of the world, and how can you be impermanent and pass away, like that. Okay, that complete our permanent subject. Now last, inconceivability. What is enlightenment? Enlightenment is inconceivability, inconceivable, okay. Inconceivable, so it's rather quite easy to understand because our own mind, limited mind, cannot fathom the infinite qualities of the enlightenment. So no need much explanation there. So I'll read first on page 215. This explains this one just very simply. Gradual explanation through 8 logical reasons why enlightenment is inconceivable. Okay, it is inconceivable since it cannot be verbally expressed. 1. It is inexpressible since it consists of the absolute truth. 2. It is absolute truth since it cannot be intellectually scrutinized. 3. It is inscrutable since it cannot be inferentially deduced. 4. It is not deducible since it is peerless, the highest of all. 5. It is the highest of all since it is not comprised by anything, or rather samsara or nirvana. It is uncomprised since it does not dwell on any extremes, existent, non-existent. This is because there's no dualistic idea of quality and form. 8 reasons, that's why inconceivable. Page 216. Since through peerless primordial wisdom, great compassion, and further attributes, all qualities are finally perfected, the victors is inconceivable. Long, hard, walk hard on the path, finally attain. Thus, the last mode of sub-sprung is not even seen by the great sages who have received the empowerment of splendorous race light, basically, which means even the last bhumis who dwell on the last bhumis, bodhisattvas, cannot fathom what enlightenment is, because even the last bodhisattva who dwell on the last bhumis, they still have, cognitive obscuration. Their wisdom is not perfect, not perfectly developed. So even those beings cannot, bodhisattvas cannot fathom what enlightenment truly is. Okay, so that is enlightenment. Something wonderful, infinite qualities that to be attained. So these are something very important to study, to reflect. So we know what we are working on, the end result, So explanation of enlightenment in detail. Okay, thank you everybody.